Okay. Hi, everyone. Let's do a quick roll call. April West.
Jenna Kane.
Darcy Gasparini.
Chris Powell. Okay. May I have a motion for an approval on the December 8th minutes of the meeting? Oh, I'm sorry. Is there anyone coming in on from the public?
Good luck if they can get in.
We've effectively shut them out. Okay. Not intentionally, for sure.
I just had a question on the minutes, if I may.
Go ahead.
Well, there's just one little tiny thing. When you're talking about the golden circle, you need an S on abatements, which is okay.
Can you just tell me what I'm scrolling down
Top of the second page.
Okay. Yep. Golden. I need an S where?
Abatements, 2 abatements.
Okay. Info. Yes. Okay.
And did you guys need to adjourn your meeting formally? Because you didn't in the notes anyway.
We adjourned it at 6:21 p.m.
Okay.
We didn't adjourn our meeting before we joined your meeting. So
I know, but I didn't see where you adjourned the Board of Assessors meeting at the same. So you're saying that you adjourned it at the same time as
our meeting adjourned number 8 at 6:21 p.m. It was part of our meeting, so we didn't adjourn until after.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fine. No problem.
No problem.
Anybody else?
I need to call this one to order.
We did it 6:05 or 5:05, right? Was that it?
Okay. Did I miss?
I think when we said let's record, I think that's what happened. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. May I have a motion to approve the December 8th minutes?
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Darcy Gasparini, sorry.
Jenna Kane, second.
Anybody else have any?
With the one correction?
Yes. So as amended with the one typographical correction. All those in favor?
Kane, aye.
West,
Gasparini, aye.
West, aye. Okay.
Okay.
So Chris, yeah, I don't know if that's, we chose not to adjourn our meeting before we joined the select board meeting, that we would adjourn it when we were done there. So that's how it was written. So.
Okay, Martha, you're up.
Not much to report. First, Cindy Palmer emailed me about the Papaleges who are working on a deal for selling their land on Edwards Road. They have 2 parcels in Chapter 61 Forestry. Their forest management plan expires at the end of this month. So Cindy had asked if the right of first refusal was required. It is not if the new owners file an affidavit stating they want to keep it in chapter land. Diana Fetterman then re-emailed me about what if they don't want to keep it in chapter land. So I was gonna just look through my book to be sure I gave her the right information. I haven't gotten back to her. I believe, I have to look. It's really not known until they actually buy the land. So I have to see if even if they choose to do nothing with it, if they still have to, if the town gets the right of first refusal in the sale.
I think they do, because if it expires in December, I think there's is it a year or is it more than that for forestry?
But it's only if you change the use. So you can just take your land out of chapter land and let it just be forest and pay whatever the taxes are. But if it's a sale, that's what I just need to clarify. If they change the use and want to develop it, that's really So, yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at it. So before I give her information, I want to look through the laws.
I recently had a transaction in another town that the attorneys had said, because if the buyers chose not to do the affidavit, that they were keeping it in chapter land, then it would have triggered the first right of refusal for the town.
Wait, what was that? If
the new buyers did not do the affidavit stating they would keep it in chapter land, then it did trigger the first right of refusal for the town.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just wanted to be sure, because in the case of a sale, it's a little different than just taking your land out of chapter land and paying whatever the taxes are, because we need some kind of guarantee, and the affidavit is that guarantee that you're going to keep it. Doesn't mean they're going to keep it in. They could pull it out in a year, as we know people have. But yeah, I think that's correct. I just want to make sure I don't say the wrong thing. But yeah, it's up in the air because you don't really know what the intentions are of the buyer. They can say one thing and do something else. So once there's an offer, then we would have to, that's when right of first refusal, and we would have to match that some way.
Right. So from my understanding was that in my case, we had to the buyers had to do the affidavit before the purchase.
Yes.
Yes.
That's, I've had a few that's happened recently, and that was all part of the transaction. They did the affidavit about the time of closing maybe, and then we did the lien on the property and the new, but that just going off Cindy's question, and then Diana had that additional question, so.
So Martha, just for my minutes, the exact question Cindy had for you, could you phrase that for me again?
She wanted to know
when the right of first refusal is triggered.
If they sell, what are the Papalegis's responsibilities? And what are the new owner's responsibilities?
I mean, that's kind of a vague.
I need to finish. Does the town have the right of first refusal if the new owners keep the property in chapter land and do not demonstrate intent to convert? I can just forward this to you.
Yeah, could you do that to me? That way I'll have the exact, I just want to make sure I capture the exact.
Does everybody want it?
Sure, I might need it for other purposes too.
Yep.
We don't have the right of first refusal even if we know they're getting ready to sell it. I thought that was part of the issue on some of our other property, that it got sold without us even being aware that it was sold. No? Wasn't that the issue on a couple of these other ones?
It is the issue, and the problem is that and no offense to the two realtors on the board, is that many realtors have no idea, what to do with chapter land. They might just note it in their listing. Also, and now my realtors, I don't know when the time comes to actually handle the transaction if the buyer tells the seller what they're going to do with their land. So the town can't offer a matching bid if there is no sale price. So you have to have a purchase and sale agreement to be able to match it.
Sure.
With the, so yes, it has fallen through the cracks on some.
I mean, if you go back to that checklist we all created last year, that you sent out to these people about Chapter 61, isn't there something in there, a paragraph that says if you intend to sell your land or whatever, you need to let the town and everybody and his brother know?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, but, so just selling your land does not mean that the town has the right of first refusal.
Well, if it's coming out of chapter, which we don't know, right? So.
If it's coming out of chapter, but there's also, if it's my understanding, if it's coming out of chapter because somebody wants to build something on it or do something other than just leave it vacant and letting it be. What I just need to make sure is if there is no affidavit, then I think that triggers the right of first refusal, but there has to be a sale price.
Because there should
we have no appraisal if we have nothing to work with if we don't have the purchase and sale agreement.
But do we not have like the seller's listed price? Why do we have to wait till there's actually a potential buyer and have a match? We know what the seller's going to want, right?
We can offer to purchase we can be the purchaser.
Right.
We don't have to.
We don't have to wait for somebody else to buy it and try to match it. We should be first in line. That's the point, no?
Exactly.
But by having the first right of refusal, we just have to match any bona fide offer. So we wouldn't be, I think that's written into the chapter properties,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's listed in our checklist.
Right. And therefore, like, we wouldn't release it for a purchase until we know that the town is waiving their first right of refusal on it.
Darcy, it's the right of first refusal, just to get those words in the proper order.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right of first refusal. That's okay. We went through this for a couple years before I got it right. So now, I've been corrected 100 times.
No worries.
So, I think, Martha, one of the things that we should send out to them is that checklist that we created so that they have a step-by-step. And we know what the intentions are. And if their forestry lien expires at the end of this month, I mean, each situation is unique, but that does not preclude the town's right of first refusal, I don't think. And if there is an offer that is being drafted and accepted, then there is still a lien on the property.
Yes, and the lien stays on the property until the penalty tax is paid.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this property that the town has interest in?
Not sure where it is. It's on Edwards Road, you said?
Yeah, it's right on the Westhampton line, and Edwards Road is not sort of a paper street at that point. It's not something that the town is maintaining or is very passable. It may be accessible from Westhampton, but it is not accessible from Southampton, from the Southampton end.
Well, it's over by Outlook Farm, isn't it? That's where that there's an Arcadia conservation area there, if I'm thinking of the right place.
Yeah, well,
But you can go in off of Pomeroy Meadow on some other street. I can't think, and it joins up with Edwards.
Edwards goes to like the back of Pellegrini's property.
Yeah.
Up on Little Mountain. That's
Right.
where it joins Southampton.
Right, and that's, yes. It's on map 5 parcel, because it's on the agenda, parcel block 1, and on map 11, block 1.
Okay.
Isn't it off of Laurel Hill Road in Westhampton? So that,
You turn off Laurel Hill and go up to Edwards. Edwards
Right.
dead ends in Westhampton pretty much. And then, it was old paper road. But it goes down into like Little Mountain area there in the back of like Pellegrini's. And there is some land, I can't remember if the town bought it back a while ago, at the end of Walcott.
Mm-hmm. There's some there that was bought for an expansion of the cemetery years ago.
Yeah, so that's where it all connects, is up in that area there.
Well, then offhand, I would say open space would be interested in at least taking a look at it. That's why Cindy's asking.
Yes, open space is very interested, and an abutting parcel is exploring a conservation restriction, another owner.
Okay. Well, we just need to be sure that we got the right information in the right order. I just know that from the last time, every day counts in terms of the clock ticking on something if we want to exercise the right of first refusal.
Right.
I'm trying to think on our website, when that whole hula law came up on the last time, there were some lawyers' opinions about right of first refusal, I think, that may be posted to our website under town clerk documents or something like that. Not sure if that would have an answer in there, but it might.
I see. So it's like between Crooked Ledge and Laurel Hill, basically, so more or less.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no access road from Southampton, right? Which,
Correct.
okay. So April, you're recommending that Martha send them the checklist and see where we stand? So it's not listed or anywhere at this point in time?
No, it's not like a public listing. It's a private sale.
Okay.
And they will have to give notice once they have an agreement put together. I mean, is my understanding. Darcy, isn't that the way?
Yeah. I mean, the attorneys, as soon as it goes to the attorneys, if the sellers aren't aware, I mean, the attorneys should know what to do with it, and they should know that they have to give notice. Whether that gets done or not is a different story, but I would certainly send notice to the sellers.
Right. I mean,
just so that they're put on notice that,
right.
And did you say open space was contacted by the owners?
Yes. Yes.
You'll see the whole email stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's all I have.
Anything else? Okay.
Just things to sign.
Okay. And didn't even started yet.
Yes, last week.
Okay. Is she in the office with you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. Everything working out all right with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Next on my agenda here, the email from the Mass DOR about our next quinquennial planning for fiscal year 2026, which will be here before we know it. We're going to have to start planning that in the budget year in 2024. Did everybody have a chance to kind of read through that?
I can't say that I did.
Okay, it's been a couple of days, so I can't say that I did either, but I did once.
So did we get something? I'm not sure I even saw what came in a couple days ago. Where was it?
It came in, Martha had forwarded that because it had gone to spam. before
so-
right before the December 8th meeting.
Okay, okay. I will look at it, I promise, before the next meeting.
Okay, I'm trying to move right along, Chris.
Don't
Do
worry.
do we have anything to review after the joint select board meeting?
So I just wanted to get clarification for all of us. So we talked about a tax rate during that meeting, but there were some things that had not been finalized by our consultant accountant at that point, right, Martha? So you were saying the tax rate of 1597 may not be our final tax rate.
We've got our tax rate. They signed off on everything.
And what is the tax rate?
1597.
Okay, but you did say at that meeting that wasn't finalized at that point? Or did I
At the
misunderstand?
classification hearing, correct.
Okay, so when did it get signed off on?
Ed sent an email, I think last Thursday, the week before last.
Okay. It's such a problem with town hall emails. I don't even know if we were on it or not, so. Did anybody else see that from Ed?
No.
I don't think so.
That went to the select board, I think. I'm just trying to find it. real
Okay.
quick. Let me see if I can find it.
So it was like the 10th after our meeting on the 8th?
Hold on.
This is more for my own organizational mindset.
It's a good question, Janet. It would be nice to be,
Ed sent an email to me, the assessor, and to Jen, me, and Vicky and Lucy, just saying that the DLS approved everything. So he didn't send it to you.
When was the date, Martha?
It would have been the
The
10th.
date was the 11th, Friday, the 11th. I don't know when he received it.
Okay,
Normally,
Yeah, I got it as on the select board on the 10th.
Normally,
Like
the
that.
state sends out an email, like a formal, just that's been approved, but
okay.
okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, do we have any other old business that we need to dive into? All right, on to new business. Martha has covered most of it.
Should I add, I don't need to add the seller's name to that discussion?
No, that was why I'd looked up the map
Okay,
of
okay,
parcels.
because I know Martha mentioned it, so I just want to make sure that, so it's on public information because the meeting's recorded, so,
Right.
okay. But I'll keep it map number and stuff blocked.
Okay.
Okay. It's not confidential, right? There's nothing wrong with Martha mentioning it.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It was
Okay,
shared with the Open Space Committee, and then I shared it with Martha and us. So the other review of the Open Space Committee was on December 10th, is that they are working on setting goals for this upcoming year. And that is about it. Chris, do you have any updates from the select board that have to do with the assessors?
No, not since our joint meeting, no.
Okay,
No, nothing.
all right. And then Lucy sent out an email today, and so I know I've got to get back in, and I think I need to update my course and ethics and whatever else. And then there are 2 forms there that need to be completed and returned to Lucy within 2 weeks that she had emailed. Does anybody have any questions about that?
That she just emailed?
Check your junk mail,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
because I don't have it in my regular mail, so it's probably in my junk mail. It's an issue.
It was about conflict of interest, I think, right? And
Yeah,
Ethics and stuff.
there's several attachments, open meeting law, conflict of interest.
Does she give an estimate of or who needs to be updated and who is good, or no?
There's an Excel sheet.
Okay.
I'm not
All right.
quite sure what it's, I mean, it gives a time of when she
April,
did that stuff. You want me to forward it to you?
yes, please, because I don't see it in my spam either.
All
Yeah,
right, well,
I have it in spam, so I've got it.
Okay.
Maybe we have to make sure Darcy's, I think we asked them to update our group email. Maybe they,
Yeah, and she
have not.
has Darcy on the Excel sheet, but she doesn't
Okay.
have Darcy's email in there. Okay.
and I know we asked them to do that right after the election, so.
Let's see here. Okay, while I'm doing that, anything else?
I think that's,
Okay, Martha, you said you have stuff that you need signatures on.
I do. Yes, I have one, which I don't, we can't discuss it while being recorded. Some certificates, some monthly, end of month lists, an apportionment. We've already done for the preliminary, and some exemption.
Okay. How quickly do you need it? Does anything have to be notarized?
No, so we don't need Lucy.
Okay. And at this point, we're meeting outside because of COVID or?
Yeah, I believe if we can, if it's not too cold. Yeah, Jerry prefers people not be in the building.
Okay. Do you want us all to gather together outside or just as our schedules will allow?
Well, there's just one that we should probably discuss. It's been one in the past that has been granted. But the other is a veteran's exemption, which I've verified everything. And yeah, it's just one that I don't want to just check approved. I just want to have so I don't know how that would work best, or if we discuss it off camera. I'm not sure.
We go into executive session? Okay. What are people's schedules like tomorrow?
I am crazy tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to be out of town for a few hours tomorrow. I'm
Okay.
not going to do later in the day, but if, and
Yeah, if it does, we can wait until next week. I mean, officially, the applications aren't due until April. The bills will be going out, so this isn't one that's going to be attached to a tax bill. So, if this week doesn't work, maybe next week. I'm not really sure how we all get together anyway and meet. So I'm not really sure what to do.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, we could schedule an executive session. We don't have one on this meeting, unfortunately. So,
Right.
or we
Alright.
could individually look at it and then, schedule executive session for another day. I don't,
All right.
how time sensitive is it, Martha?
It's not super time sensitive.
So if we were to all meet next week at a time at the town hall outside, does that have to be posted if we're actually going to be discussing something?
Yes, it should be for open meeting law, yes.
Okay.
But, but if, at least if it's executive session, we don't have to, there's not accessibility to the public that we have to worry about. So at least we could meet collectively as long as it's posted and it's executive session.
Okay. So, what makes sense next week then?
Could we do Zoom executive session?
Yeah, we do it select board, yeah. You just have to post that it's gonna be an executive session.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you can
it's not a new one. It's one that you've approved in the past after discussion. I'm just looking at the weather. It's supposed to snow next Tuesday and be in the high 20s.
Is Wednesday good for people or is Wednesday not good?
I actually am free Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday's not good for me next
I meant
week.
Wednesday, like in 2 days, Wednesday, but,
Oh, 2 days and Wednesday.
Not a good day for me.
okay.
Yeah.
It's not enough time to, I may have to mute. It's not enough time to post the meeting anyway, so.
You do one on Monday, earlier in the day, maybe, or something. If that worked for anybody.
I'm sorry. My dog's barking away here. What time?
I thought it was my dog.
Yeah, usually.
My
Oh,
phone.
it was your dog. What time did everybody say?
On Monday?
Yeah. I could do, is morning good for everybody?
I'm free Monday. April?
At this point I am.
Was it better to do it like at 8:30 or 9 to start at the start of the day? So if you have something coming, or is it, or the end of the day before we send Martha on her way, or?
I think earlier makes, like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. And do we do a Zoom meeting or do we gather at the town hall?
Is it something we have to review? Martha, or you can explain it to us? And do we have to sign it?
There's the application to sign. If approved, I have the certificate already made. It's all this person's tax documents,
Okay.
this person's, it's taxes, utility bills, bank statements, credit card statements. Yeah.
So Darcy, I muted you because the dog was barking, and you can unmute yourself. I can't unmute you. Sorry.
I'm gonna mute myself still because she's
Okay.
still barking. So I'll just unmute myself when I need to talk.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so since this is paperwork that's sensitive and we should probably see it, why don't we schedule an executive session outside on the steps of the town hall at 9 o'clock on Monday? How's that work for everybody?
I'll be here.
Monday, the 28th.
I don't think you need me for anything, right?
No.
Okay.
You, Chris.
You are more than welcome to join us.
That's okay.
Wait for coffee.
So Monday, yeah, okay, so I'd have to probably schedule it soon, so 9 o'clock on Monday. And April, if you can can you get me the verbiage for the executive session?
I can try, but I'm going to have to look it up. Right? Because can we pull the same verbiage from the,
Let me see if I have it somewhere in one of my folders somewhere and just make sure we use the right one. I mean, there's
Yeah.
some things that is used at the, with the select board, but it's often contract stuff, and so that wouldn't be applicable. So let me see what I can find from, like, we get some documents from KP Law, or maybe Lucy can help us come up with the right samples of ones we need to use.
so Martha, what are we reviewing? What type of exemption is it?
Of financial hardship,
Okay.
clause 18.
Okay. Okay, Jana, I'll try to find some verbiage too.
Okay, and if I come across something in the meantime, April, I'll let you know. I have a sheet somewhere, it's just where is the question.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So we'll sign everything with you then on Monday, Martha? Is that all right? All that
Yep.
stuff? Okay. All right. Anything else from anybody?
and what's the weather Monday gonna be?
You know, there
look
is
at
a sign-in sheet when you go into town hall too. So if you guys had to go in and spread out in the old select board meeting room, you know, miles apart for 15 minutes, I don't think that would be objectionable. You
Okay.
just have to sign in saying you were there.
And then maybe just let Jerry know in advance that we're doing that. I mean, the Board of Health meets there.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't stand out and freeze and try to figure out how to sign all these documents if you had, you know, a very short interaction inside.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think that that would make sense to go inside.
And you can spread out in the select board meeting room.
If you can let me know, April, so when I post it, it's in it, you know.
All right. I think if we just say at town hall, we don't have to specify in or out. Correct?
No, we can, usually we pick a location, a room location, but it's not open. It's executive session, so we should be.
Right.
So I'll just label it town hall and then, as long as we don't get pushback once we get there. And we'll wear masks and we'll just stay far apart and,
Well, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea just to email Jerry and just let her know that you need to do this. I mean, it's
yeah.
there's no choice. So make it short and sweet. And
I mean, I do think like members of the select board go in to sign documents, right?
I do so
Yeah.
far. But I usually have a huge stack to review, so it takes me about an hour to be there. But yeah, I do.
All right. Next meeting, Tuesday,
Yep.
January 5th.
After the 28th? No.
Yeah, next regular meeting.
Okay.
4:30?
That work for everybody?
Are we Tuesday, the 5th?
Yeah.
Yep.
I get confused sometimes because the COA meets at 4 and this board meets at 4:30. So I think I posted this at 4 and then went, oops, and had to go back and post it again. So if you are signed up to MyTownGov, you probably get a zillion notifications from the Board of Assessors meetings, and I'll apologize in advance.
Okay, so Jana, I'll email Jerry. I'll copy
Okay.
everybody and work out whatever verbiage we need.
Yeah, and I'll post it in the meantime, and then we can update it,
Okay,
just so with everything going on holiday wise, I don't want to, we have
great.
days in between that it throws us off. So
Right.
Monday, the 28th. Okay. And then we can add the details to it. So just to
Okay.
make sure we're not outside of open meeting law.
Okay. All right. Anybody have anything else? May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Kane,
Kane.
second?
Gasparini, third. Or-
Okay.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm still new at this.
All those in favor, West, aye.
Kane, aye.
Gasparini, aye.
Okay, so we are stopping
5:49.
recording.
Okay. Stop recording.